If someone asked you, what capital do you have? You would probably think about your house, the equity in your home, you've got bank accounts, you have investments. That would come to mind as the capital that you have. And while that is true, that is your financial capital, it's not the only kind of capital that you have. And some of the other kinds of capital can be just as important or maybe even more important than your financial capital. Now, when I'm working with my clients in thinking about their legacy plan and in the legacy that they want to leave behind, not just in the assets they leave to their kids, but the legacy that they want to leave behind when they're no longer here, we talk about all these kinds of capital. And I want to talk to you about them for a minute today so that you can begin to think about these things as well. So we start with always your financial capital. How much money do you have? What real estate do you own? What businesses do you own? What are all the things that you have accumulated over your working years? But then we think about intellectual capital. That's the wisdom that you've gained and the experience that you've gained and the skills that you've gained. And these are things that you can certainly pass on, mentor others, and share with others. We then also think about your human capital. And this is your faith, your family, your time and how you spend that. These are some of the most important types of capital that we have. And then last but not least, we talk about community capital. And this would be the neighborhoods that you're a part of, the church that you're a part of, the school communities and work communities that you're a part of, places where you can give public service, where you can give back to the community. Those can be very important. And all of those kinds of capital, the things that you've accumulated, the wisdom that you've gained, the faith and family that you've built, the communities that you've become a part of that you can give back to, all of that makes your total capital. And so when you're thinking about those areas, there are a couple of questions that are very important in my mind. One is to say, well, of those, which ones do you want to pass along to your heirs the most? If you could just pass along one thing, what would it be? Would it be the money that you have or the wisdom that you've gained or the faith that you've developed? What would it be that you would pass on to your heirs? And then secondarily, what can you do to use this capital or give back in a way that really creates a legacy? Like, what do you want to see happen when you're not here? What do you want everything that you've achieved in your lifetime? What do you want that to benefit? And how do you want that to be carried out? And so when you think through that, what capital is most important to you? What do you want to pass on to your heirs? And then how do you want to leave things behind when you're no longer here? Thinking through the answers to those questions can help you gain a lot of clarity in how you want to live, not only the rest of your life, but how you want to structure things for the end of life. And those are excellent questions to talk through with a qualified financial advisor that can help you think through those. And if you don't have a good financial advisor, reach out and let's have a conversation because it might be a fit.